Bonjour à tous and welcome! I am going to show you how I transformed my own wedding veil into a fantastic princess dress. Let's do this. I didn't sew my wedding dress myself, which you can see here on the screen. But I did design and embroider my veil using seed beads identical to those on the dress, along with a golden cord. Since my veil was very long and wide, you can imagine the sheer amount of beads used and the countless hours spent on this project. No less than 6 months of work. But after more than a decade of lying dormant in its garment bag without seeing the light of day, I thought it was time to give it a second life. So I decided to transform it into a wonderful dress for a wonderful little princess. In this video, I will show you the key steps of this transformation, and if it inspires you to level up your skills, create unique pieces, and step out of your comfort zone, feel free to sign up for my introductory course on custom-made fashion and haute couture techniques. You will find the link in the description box below. Let's start by creating the bodice pattern. Today we will use the draping method with muslin fabric directly on my little princess. It's an extremely useful, quick and precise process that doesn't require any calculations at all.
C'est le milieu de ton corps. Est-ce que ça chatouille? Un peu, hein. Je vais mettre une grosse épingle à nourrice ici. Hop! Je mets pas d'épingle parce que tu peux te piquer. Je mets une épingle à nourrice comme ça, la pointe, elle est bien cachée.
Our little princess is quite puzzled about why she's wearing this funny outfit. This muslin is only used to drape a custom-fitted bodice. If you are interested in this process, everything is filmed and explained in detail in my introductory course on custom-made fashion and haute couture techniques, which I just mentioned. In the first module, we learned how to prepare muslin, drape a simple bodice, transform the draping into a pattern, conduct fittings, make alterations, and so much more. Voila! Once my pattern is complete and I am confident it's perfect, I can trace and cut my pieces to begin making the bodice. Here is the wrong side of my main fabric, and here is the lining, which I cut from some silk scraps I found in my fabric stash. And here is the famous veil that's about to be repurposed. I hope I won't shock anyone. I truly prefer giving it a second life rather than letting it fade and yellow in a garment bag. Let's start by removing a section of a trim and salvaging a nice length of beaded embroidery to decorate the bodice with a lovely pleated design. Once again, all of this is detailed in my course. Next step, adding silk loops to close the dress with a beautiful lace-up back. While it is possible to buy ready-made loops, making them yourself is a luxury we will indulge in with the help of this bias turner, which you may remember and which has become my best friend. We're going to insert it into this little channel and turn our silk lace right side out. It's important to leave a fairly large seam allowance to create volume inside the lace, making it plump and well padded. Once done, we'll trim it into small, evenly sized sticks and carefully sew them onto the bodice. I am also attaching 2 straps to the bodice, made from leftover golden cords from my wedding. It is delighted too to see the light of day again after being tucked away in a drawer for so long. I assemble the lining, I understitch, which is delicate here but essential. It's a step I strongly recommend you never skip in your creations. And there you have it, the bodice is finished. Well, almost. Later we're going to add golden cord embroidery, one of my favorite sewing techniques. But before that, let's move on to the skirt of the dress. In 2 words, gathers, gathers, gathers. Well, that's actually 3, which is the number of petticoats layered together to create a beautiful volume, a sense of fullness that's both generous and lightweight for the bottom of the dress. In my course, I show you how to create a custom underskirt. This serves as the foundation for layering additional petticoats to add volume, or as a base to support the main fabric of the dress, whatever it may be. It's essential for formal wear, adding harmony, polish and elegance, plus it's so much more comfortable. Here we have our base completed with a few ruffles at the bottom to add extra volume. The tulle I used is from my veil and it's not scratchy. Next, I made a second simple petticoat which I attached to the underskirt at the waistband. Take a look at the inside of the skirt. The fabric used is wonderfully soft, making the underskirt as comfortable as it gets. So here is the finished underskirt with the first petticoat on top. Before adding a third layer to the skirt, a decorative overskirt, I'm going to attach the two petticoats to the bodice. In haute couture, everything must be flawless, both inside and out, so it's essential to conceal the seams as much as possible. Here you can see me hand stitching the bodice lining to the underskirt using invisible stitches on the inside of the dress. This is where we are so far. I'll make a silk lace later to tie up the bodice, but for now I'm pressing on, gathering and gathering some more. It feels like I just cut my hair after letting it grow for 12 years. I think my mom and mother-in-law will be horrified to see that I dared to cut into my wedding veil. And what about you? Are you horrified? Let me know in the comments what you think. As for me, all I could see were miles of embroidered tulle longing for one thing, to spring back to life. So let's get to it. Armed with my trusty gathering foot, a good podcast in my ears, and plenty of determination, it's time for some serious gathering. And voila, just look at that, it's gorgeous. The volume, the concentration of beads, and the waves created by the golden cord. Simply stunning. I've now attached this overskirt to the dress and I'm taking a little break to celebrate my work. Dear friends, never forget to compliment yourselves. It's a great way to recharge your batteries and we'll need that energy for the final part of this video. I have created a silk lace to tie up the bodice, and to complete our little princess dress, I'll be adding golden cord embroidery and a few more beads to the bodice. In the final module of my course on custom-made fashion and haute couture techniques, we'll learn how to go from this to this.
Attends, je mets mes lunettes.
Ok. Comme ça, on va pouvoir regarder un peu ce qui se passe sur cette robe. Tu aimes le fil doré?
Oui.
C'est vrai? Dis-moi pourquoi il te plaît ce fil doré.
Parce qu'il brille.
Ah, voilà une bonne nouvelle. Je vais la mettre plus près de toi, comme ça tu verras mieux.
For me, there is no greater moment than when a little, or not so little, princess tries on her dress for the first time. And my dear friend Mia is no exception. Her eyes are sparkling, mission accomplished, dress approved, I quote.
Mieux que ma robe déjà.
Oh, mais ça c'est un sacré compliment, dis donc.
A true compliment indeed, coming from a little girl who has probably watched Frozen more times than is reasonable to admit. Dear friends, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this transformation, and remember, if you too want to create outfits that rival those of the Snow Queen Elsa, my introductory course on custom-made fashion and haute couture techniques is perfect for you. Whether you are a little or big princess, an aspiring designer or seamstress, don't miss the chance to discover and master new techniques to take your sewing skills to the next level. Bye bye! À bientôt!